right, welcome into another episode of the 2022 MLB Draft Show. We've got definitely a site favorite here, one of the better prep third basemen in the country. We have Tucker Toman out of Hammond School in Columbia, South Carolina. Tucker, what's going on, man? How are we doing today?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Absolutely, we're doing well, Joined by
Doing
Smitty here,
fantastic, bro.
as per usual. So I want to open it up to you right away, Tucker. Tell us a little bit about who Tucker Toman is on the field and a little bit about some of your hobbies. What do you like to do off the field?
Yeah, my name's Tucker. I'm an infielder at Hammond School. I'm a switch hitter. I play all positions in the infield, and outside of the field, I love to fish. There's not much to it outside of the field. I'm always working on my craft.
All ball all the time. But yeah, it speaks true to what your summer you just put on this summer, man. So just talk to me a little bit about how it went for you. You played in pretty much every big showcase there was, from PDP to area codes to PG National to WWBA, and you hit in every tournament, even the perfect game, All-American game. You're in the finals and multiple home run derbies. You really showed off your power this summer. So just talk to me a little bit about how it went for you, man, how everything was in your last summer in travel ball.
Yeah, no, this was the most exciting summer I've had in a while, man. It's been awesome. It was definitely mentally draining, but I wouldn't want it any other way. I got to meet so many new people, and I was just playing. I'm doing what I love. I just love playing baseball, and PDP was awesome. PG National was awesome and then I got to play in Coors Field in Colorado. That was the first time I've ever played in a pro park, and the ball absolutely flew in BP, so that was awesome. And then I got to play at Tampa Bay Rays, and then the perfect game, All-American game. That's you can't beat it. So that's a fun time with everyone. It was awesome.
Yeah, man, you had a loud summer. It seemed like every stop you were kind of proving more and more that the hit tool is real. But I want to talk about your swing because it's dumbed down a little bit, but where'd you get the Gary Sheffield waggle, and is it going to make a comeback?
Yeah, well, that's just how I hit when I was younger. Ever since I started playing baseball, I just have a simple, narrow stance, and then I just let my hands eat, basically, is what I like to say. It wasn't really a thing I was trying to do. It was just me being myself. I've always done that. I've done it from both sides. And then last year, I've always been told that I need to slow my hands down because when I face better pitching, I'm going to be ultimately challenged. And I'm just all right, that'll be cool. But right now I'm going to be myself and keep on hitting. So, that's exactly what I did until last year. I never really faced adversity with my hands like how it used to be, because it used to be really going. And last year I kind of I was in the cage 24/7. I've kind of simplified things down and learned how to use my legs, kind of widened out a little bit, but I'm still not wide, but I'm still in my legs. I learned how to use my legs. I started lifting a lot. I learned how to use my strength, and then I still have a lot of rhythm with my hands, but it's gone down dramatically, and I just learned how to rake, learn how to catch barrels. I just slowed everything down.
And slowing everything down, facing the best pitching in the country as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
95 will force you to slow it down.
Yeah, I know, but I never tried to face that with all my movement. It was just a process with me, and I'm still learning right now. I'm still working through everything every day.
Absolutely. Well, just talk to me a little bit about just the travel ball aspect of everything. You played with FTB Phillies the Phillies this past summer. You were with Dirtbags before that. Two of the most prestigious travel teams in the country. They've been on top for the last few years. Just talk to me about how that was for building your game, just really playing with the best every weekend, it seemed like.
Yeah, but both organizations are awesome, man. Those are family to me. But when you're on a travel ball team, I encourage everyone to go out there and play travel ball really young, because when you're on a travel ball team, those people in your circle become your brothers, and that's exactly what I've figure out as playing travel baseball. All those guys on the Phillies, like, yeah, they're all superstars, but like they're so like down to earth, and like we became really close, and like we go out there and we go to war with each other. But like we we did end up coming up short, even though on paper you'd think that we'd never lose. But it was awesome. It was an awesome experience. All those guys at Dirtbags and FTB are like really, really family to me. So it was a really good experience with both organizations.
You're a switch hitter, and at times you look dominant from both sides. I'm wondering, as you move into your college career or your pro career, whatever kind of goes and happens next, do you see yourself continuing as a switch hitter, or is there a side that you kind of prefer yourself at?
Yeah, so I'm a natural left-handed hitter, and I throw. I mean, I throw right, but I started switching when I was like 6, and like my dad was throwing up sock balls in the house, and like I was just watching MLB players at like 6. Like I want to do that, so I started just like swinging, and I've kind of had it in my back pocket because when I was younger, I never faced like left-handers from where I was from. Like I just saw right, and so I've kind of had it in my back pocket, and then like when 14 and 15 you hit is when I started seeing a lot of lefties. So I was like, let's get to work. Like I've done this before. I've been doing it when I was younger. Like prior to that, when I was younger, I would only hit right-handed when the score was like 6-0, and like we're up by a little bit, and I'll just turn around and hit a little bomb with a drop 5 or something.
Speaking on the next tax, I want to really talk about your college commitment. As you started off being committed to Oregon, you're from South Carolina, obviously. Your dad's a college
Yeah.
coach in Tennessee, and you end up at LSU. Just talk to me about how that whole process went for you and how excited you are to be a part of this incredible class at LSU for this year.
Yeah, no, we're in a crazy good class, man. It's awesome. All those guys are cool. But yeah, I was an Oregon fan growing up. Like you can see pictures around my house. Like I'm always wearing Oregon stuff at like from age 5 to 14. Like I always have Oregon stuff on. And George Horton, I knew prior to that because my dad has coached against him. And I became really close when I was like 14. When I started doing my college recruiting process with Jay Ullman. Now he's at Tulane, and I became really close with them, and I committed very early. And I then Coach Horton retired, so and I waited to see who they're. Actually, no, I didn't wait to see who they took as a head coach, but I reopened everything back up, and before that, LSU came second for me, and I took my visits again, and I went to LSU one time with no one on campus, and I was like, I got to come back. So I went to a football game, and it was like it just blew me away. Like it was awesome there, like the food, the atmosphere, the culture there. I was culture shocked, but in a good way. So I after that I became really close with the whole LSU coaching staff, and I decided ultimately that I want to go there. And I'm like LSU's the place, man. Like we have good stuff going on there, and I know their program speaks for itself. So I mean, I'm excited to go to Baton Rouge and win a national championship.
Yeah, they
Absolutely,
are
yeah.
absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
All right, so going to LSU and having played for FTB Phillies, and I mean being kind of a staple on the showcase circuit for Perfect Game for the last 2 or 3 years. How much have you had the opportunity to work with tech and work, blast motion and work K-Vest and work hit tracks? Like, how much of that do you try to incorporate into your game? Is it something that you enjoy?
Yeah, well, I haven't really worked with any of that stuff. I mean, they've put stuff on me before, and like I usually don't see the results or like what this means, what that means. But I mean, I like seeing the Rap Soto stuff, see how far I hit it and see how hard I hit it. So I mean, I like seeing like the directions and like the field and like where my ball projects and stuff like that. I've never really worked on anything like that to like bring it into my swing at all.
All field guy, huh?
Yeah, no, I try to keep everything as simple as possible and just be myself in the box.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about the process that goes into your swing a little bit, and we have about 8 months until the draft next year. What's one thing you'd like to really improve on as you move your way into possibly ending up in Baton Rouge or possibly ending up with the pro team next July?
Yeah, with my swing or overall.
Just overall, what's like one thing that you're really focused on improving on over the next 8 months?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm working on a lot of things right now, but everything really. But if I were to say like a couple things, it would be like I'm getting a lot stronger and a lot faster, and I've been getting a ton of ground balls, and of course I'm hitting every day. Like that's besides the point. But like I'm working on a lot of other things that are trying to like refine me as a player and like get to the best I can, so I can go win a state championship out there in the spring. And I'm really working on I'm on ladders and I'm running sprints, and I'm in my weight room plan with my strength and conditioning coach at school. We really like amped it up a little bit, and we're doing a bunch of plyometric stuff and a lot of stretching and mobility stuff to get me moving laterally so I can play up the middle, and just get me really going, because I mean, you tell me something to do, I'm not stopping. So that's just how I've been.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Tucker. Well, I want to jump into some of these kind of crazier questions here, kind of show you a little bit of your personality. And I love the fact that you played with FTB Phillies, because it's going to give you a chance to really roast some of the guys at the top of the class. All right. So you've had a chance to meet, I mean, all of your LSU teammate commits. You played with FTB. Out of everyone that is in your class, who's got the worst style?
Worst style? Shoot. That's a hard one. I never even thought about that one. Worst style, I mean, definitely my boy JP, John Pierre Ortiz.
I love
from the
JP's game. It's too bad that he can't
I know,
dress.
man. Hey, no, he's my guy. He copied me with the neon sleeves, so that's -10 on the scale. So he's got to come up. He's got to come up
for
with
the
it,
swagger jack.
Yeah.
All right. How about? I mean, I got to throw it the other way. Out of the guys you've played with, who's got the most drip?
Definitely Drew Jones. Yeah, 100%. He's got like everything. He's got everything in the book. Like you can like look up something like, oh, David Ortiz has that. Now Drew has that. Like he has everything. He has all the drip you can think of, and he just wears it all in one game. But it's so swag though. So
is Drew kind of is he the class clown of the Phillies?
yeah, dude, he's that dude. He's hilarious. Yeah, he's funny, dude. He plays like he'll just go out there like barely stretch. He'll be like laughing like the whole time and just like being himself, and then go 4 for 4, like just easy. Like it's just that's him.
Yeah, there's a reason he's always mic'd up.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, last question. It's kind of our staple. What is the most random fact you know about anything on Earth that not a lot of people know?
Hold up. That I know, like, about anything?
Anything. It doesn't have to be baseball related. We got some crazy answers over the last few years.
Shoot. That water is only wet when it hits a surface.
Oh no, Tucker, you're one of those people. So are you telling me that if I'm underwater and I'm surrounded by water, the water's not wet?
No, that's wet. That's wet. You're in a big.
So when is it not wet?
When it's in the air. Like rain.
What do you mean rain isn't wet?
Dude, I have no clue.
So are you saying things can only be wet, but water can't be wet?
No, water's not. You're not. Oh shoot! I don't even know, dude. That's mine. I don't even know. Like when it
is water. Oh man,
wet.
did I just break the internet? Is water wet or are things wet?
I don't even know. That's a good question. I never thought about that.
Oh, man.
Sorry to ruin your night, man.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
All right, Tucker, man. Well, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. We're definitely rooting for you. We'll see what happens, whether or not that's going to be at LSU or picked high in the draft. But love your skill set. Love the Gary Sheffield waggle and swag, and excited to see what happens over the next 10 months, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank y'all.